Most people assume the older you get, the richer you become. But the truth is far more surprising than most realize. At every age, the gap between perception and reality is massive. Some are stacking serious wealth early in life, while others are barely breaking even decades later. Each stage of life plays a different role in shaping net worth. What you do in your 20s can echo in your 60s, and what happens during your peak earning years can decide how secure your future really is. By the end of this video, you'll see where people truly stand. And the numbers might shock you. In your 20s, money can feel confusing. One person seems to be buying a house while another is struggling to pay rent. A big reason for this difference comes down to something called median and average net worth. The median is the middle number. It shows what most people actually have. The average is the total wealth of everyone added together and then divided by the number of people. A few people with big amounts of money can make the average look a lot higher than what most people really own. For people in their 20s, the median net worth is around $39,000, while the average is about $183,500. That big gap does not mean everyone is secretly rich. It usually means a small group of young people got a head start through things like early business success or inheritance. Many people in their 20s are actually starting from behind. Student loans, car loans, and credit card debt are common. A lot of young adults even have negative net worth, which simply means they owe more than they own. For example, if someone has $20,000 in student loans, $5,000 in car debt, and $10,000 in savings, their net worth is minus $15,000. That may sound scary, but it is very normal at this stage of life. The good news is that your 20s give you something very powerful: time. Even small savings can grow a lot over the years because of compound growth. If someone starts saving $200 a month at age 22, it can grow to more than $300,000 by the time they are 60. This is the perfect time to build habits like paying off high-interest debt, setting up an emergency fund, and starting simple investments. The foundation you build in your 20s is like the base of a strong house. No one sees it, but everything else depends on it. By the time you reach your 30s, things usually start to look a little more serious. Paychecks get bigger, responsibilities grow, and suddenly you're talking about mortgages instead of college parties. This is the decade where many people begin to build real financial momentum. The median net worth in your 30s is around $135,600, while the average is about $549,600. Just like in your 20s, the gap between median and average exists because some people jump ahead faster, usually due to big investments, early business success, or family wealth. In your 30s, income often rises, and with that comes more choices. This is when many people buy their first homes, start families, or begin to think more seriously about the future. A house can become both an asset and a liability. You build home equity, but you also carry a mortgage. It is like getting a promotion and a bigger set of bills at the same time. One of the biggest traps in this decade is something called lifestyle inflation. It happens when income goes up and spending grows right along with it. For example, two people making the same $100,000 a year can end up in very different places. If one saves 20% and the other spends 80%, after 10 years their financial pictures will look like they are living on different planets. This is also the decade to take retirement savings seriously. Employer matches, investment accounts, and tax benefits can give your money a big boost if you use them wisely. Diversified investments like stocks and real estate usually start to show real results here. Your 30s are all about turning small steps into steady growth. This is not about becoming a millionaire overnight. It is about building strong habits, avoiding unnecessary spending, and letting time and smart choices work in your favor. By the time you hit your 40s, something interesting usually happens. Your career is more stable, your income is often at its highest point, and your financial story starts to show whether the seeds you planted in your 20s and 30s are paying off. This is often the decade when the real growth kicks in. The median net worth in your 40s is around $247,200, and the average is close to $975,800. That's a pretty big leap from the previous decade, and it's not magic. It's mostly the result of years of consistent saving and investing starting to compound. Many people in their 40s are at or near their peak earning years. This gives more room to save and invest than ever before. Investments from earlier years start to grow faster, and home equity often becomes one of the biggest parts of total net worth. If you bought a home years ago, the value may have increased while your mortgage has gone down. That alone can make your numbers look very different. This is also a smart time to get more strategic. Some people focus on paying down remaining debts, others fine-tune their investment mix between safer and more aggressive options. Tax planning becomes more important here too. A good strategy can save you a lot of money over time. Think of this decade like the stage in a workout where you finally start seeing visible results. If you've built steady habits, this is where you feel the momentum. Even if you started late, the 40s give you enough earning power to make meaningful progress. This is not about chasing every investment trend. It's about using your strongest earning years wisely so that your future self has options instead of stress. In your 50s, you are usually in the strongest money decade of your life. Many people have paid off major debts or are very close to it, and retirement accounts are often at their biggest. The median net worth for this age group sits near $364,500, while the average is much higher, around $1.57 million, showing how a few big balances pull the overall number up. This is the decade to get serious and get smart. If you still can, make catch-up contributions to retirement plans. For Americans age 50 and older, workplace plans allow extra contributions each year, which can add tens of thousands to your nest egg over time. That extra room can make a big difference in the math. Risk matters more now than it used to. There is less time to recover from a big market drop, so people often shift some money from pure growth investments into income-producing or lower volatility options. That does not mean going ultra-conservative overnight. It means planning withdrawals and thinking about sequence of returns risk, so a bad market early in retirement does not ruin decades of saving. Vanguard and other firms explain how timing and withdrawal choices change outcomes. Health and care costs deserve front-row attention. Even if Medicare covers part of it, retirees still face large healthcare bills over time. Fidelity estimates that a 65-year-old retiring today could face well over $100,000 in health-related expenses during retirement. Factor that into your plan now. Practical moves that help now are simple and powerful. Pay down high-cost debt. Max out retirement accounts, including catch-up amounts where possible. Trim lifestyle creep, so your spending does not eat your gains. Talk to a tax or retirement planner about safe withdrawal strategies and possible tax moves. With a few smart tweaks in your 50s, you can turn decades of work into a calm and secure retirement. In your 60s, everything you've built over the years finally begins to show its true value. Median net worth is around $409,900, and the average climbs to nearly $1.8 million. This is the stage when many people either fully retire or begin gradually drawing from their nest egg. Your wealth is no longer about aggressive growth, but about sustaining the lifestyle you worked so hard for while protecting what you've earned. Home equity often becomes a major part of net worth at this age. Many own their homes outright, which can offer both stability and financial flexibility. But most of your financial energy shifts toward preservation rather than accumulation. The focus is on maintaining a sustainable withdrawal rate so your money lasts throughout retirement. That means carefully planning how much you take out each year, keeping enough in safe assets to cover near-term needs, and letting the rest continue to grow steadily. Healthcare costs and longevity risk become key factors now. Even if you've saved well, medical expenses can be unpredictable and may eat into your wealth faster than expected. A smart plan accounts for insurance, emergency reserves, and inflation adjustments over time. Estate planning also becomes important. This includes wills, trusts, beneficiary designations, and tax-efficient withdrawal strategies that allow you to protect your legacy and minimize unnecessary taxes. This is the payoff decade, but it's also the time to stay smart. Your money should be working for you, not the other way around. No matter what age you're in, building wealth is less about chasing quick wins and more about making smart moves over time. Your 20s are all about laying the foundation. Your 30s are about growing consistently, your 40s bring peak earning potential, your 50s shift the focus to protection, and your 60s are where everything comes together. Every decade plays a role, and what you do in the early years can make a massive difference later on. The truth is, wealth doesn't just happen by accident. It's the result of steady habits, smart planning, and making your money work for you instead of against you. Even small steps like controlling debt, investing regularly, and staying disciplined can compound into life-changing results over the years. It's never too early or too late to get your finances in order. Whether you're just starting or already thinking about retirement, the key is to take action now and keep improving with every stage of life. If you found this guide helpful and want to keep learning practical ways to build and protect your wealth, make sure to subscribe to the channel. This is Mindcraft, where ideas become action and action becomes your future.